That's how I feel because we finally, after what? It's been 2 months now almost, have football or some football relevancy back this week. What's up, baby? How we doing tonight? It is currently April 25th. It is draft week. Mr. Vib, the Vice fan in the house. How we doing tonight?
Doing great, doing great. Another day of NBA playoffs, of course. I know your Sixers are getting their ass kicked currently, and the Celtics are kicking the Nets' ass. But hey, the NFL's draft's coming up soon. I'm excited to see who we take and how we reshape that defense. And so on and so forth. How we doing, Jay? What you hoping for the
Yeah.
Chargers?
Hey, side note, I feel good. Vib called it, dog. He said Raptors in 7, and it's looking like Raptors in 7. So
Hey,
I got
I'm driving up to Philly, and I'm making sure that doesn't happen. That's why I got on the referee jersey. I might have to hop in, make a couple calls,
Hey, the refs have one job, dog, and it's not the job that you want to do if you went out there and ref. You do the opposite job.
Hey,
Well,
don't be like Scott Foster, bro.
You like Tom
All right.
Donnelly and be smart about it and bet on the games and win some money.
Me and my dad made a couple bets when we went to the Sixers game last week. Real quick, shout out to these two gentlemen for covering for me last week so I could enjoy the Sixers game. They actually won. But some guy that I got to see up close and personal that was really, really fun to see was Tyrese Maxey. We're going to talk real quick about some of these young players. We got 2 other topics in the NFL, and then we're going to hop right into our full mock draft for you guys. It's going to be a ton of fun. Stay tuned. But moving on to our NBA expert himself. I mean, we really have 2 NBA experts on this podcast. We're lucky. But one of them in Atlanta, Vid the Vikes fan. How you feeling about these young ballers? I know one of them plays for your squad.
Oh my God! Dude, I love my boy Ant, but I love all of these guys. I think that Jaws progress. I knew Jaw would be great even in the March Madness tournament when he was at Murray State. And then when he got drafted, I didn't think that he would take the Grizzlies to the play-in his first year, playoffs in his second year, and the 2 seed in his third year though. So that's impressive. So I'd say that Jaw. I had high expectations for him, and he's met, if not exceeded, those expectations. Jordan Poole, however, I could not see this guy. I don't think any of us saw this guy being good right out of the not right out of the gate, but like, I don't think that anyone saw him being this good this year. I mean, last year, like, he was the dude that every Warriors fan wanted off their team, for God's sake, and like, and so like now he's made that. Like in Clay's absence for like the first few months of the season, like he stepped up admirably. Even when Clay's been here, when Steph has been out, he stepped up really, really well. He's just an offensive playmaker, is a great shot creator. He can pass the ball, shoot off the catch, shoot off the dribble. He's a near complete offensive package. So the Warriors hit big. Maxey, he was really, really underrated last year, but I feel like he's hitting his stride even more, and having Harden there helps get him open looks. And obviously, need I say more?
No, not at all. You hit the nail on the head. Jay, who are you liking out of this roster up here, out of these young ballers?
All right, it's the same guy I've been liking since his rookie year, man. I got to go with my guy, Ja Morant. You already know, man. This guy is, I mean, really – Kobe Bryant. We were talking about this with someone earlier. I was talking about someone earlier, but like once Kobe Bryant retired, it's kind of like the NBA, just like there's no one there. I mean, KD, whatever, I guess LeBron, whatever, but there's no one there like Kobe Bryant that's like that guy that you know is that guy. I think Ja Morant might be the next one. We had Michael, I guess, in the 90s, right? We had Magic before then, Larry. Now we have Ja Morant to pass the torch from Kobe, that void in the NBA. It's going to make the NBA exciting again. So I really like Ja Morant. I think Ja Morant or Melo is going to be the next guy to really be that Kobe-like player, because we haven't had it. And we could see KD was supposed to be that next guy, but we can see in this series, maybe he's not. Maybe he's not really that guy. He just doesn't have it in him. He doesn't have that killer instinct like Kobe had. And that was the problem we had with LeBron when he was younger and he was supposed to be the guy to kind of be the next Kobe. He didn't have that killer instinct. These guys, they don't have it. I think Ja Morant has that though. So that's who my guy is, Ja Morant.
Are you? So I'm not an NBA fan, but I'm gonna step up and say I don't think that maybe LeBron didn't have that instinct, Jay, but maybe he didn't have the team around him.
You
I don't know. That's just me.
Hold on,
personally.
no, really quick.
100%, 100% agree with Dalt. LeBron's
Kobe
been the
Bryant
most
played with Smush Parker.
LeBron.
Yeah,
LeBron
but
LeBron's
Kobe also played with Shaq for a little bit.
LeBron
been
James
that
played with Shaq. He played with Shaq.
Old Shaq, like beat the
LeBron-
shit Shaq.
LeBron's been that guy for longer than Kobe Bryant could ever wish to be that guy.
Oh my goodness.
Kobe Bryant
Kobe Bryant is rolling over in his grave right now, Viv. You got him rolling over in his grave.
Kobe Bryant was that guy for 1 decade. LeBron's been that guy for 2 decades.
LeBron's never been that guy. Let me tell you. Let me quote the great Charles Barkley. LeBron James and KD are bus riders. They're not bus
you're quoting Charles Barkley.
Kobe Bryant drove the bus.
Man has the exact same number of good takes as he does rings.
Kobe, but hey,
God.
it's facts though. I'm sorry. I know we couldn't Adult's time, but it's facts. LeBron James only plays with the greatest players. Kobe Bryant was playing with anybody they gave him. He won 2 rings with Paul Gasol as his best player, and Derek Fisher was his point guard. Smush Parker was his point guard. He won 5 with those guys. Like,
come on, Jay.
Okay, I'll give you the 3 with
All
Shaq.
right. What I'll say is I want to get this done just because we got to get in the draft. But have you guys seen my guy from Philly, Tyrese Maxey? He might be that next guy for the 2 next decades. I'm hoping so. Viv, I got to give you credit. Your guy, Anthony Edwards, is insane. I am envious of him as a player. He is so freaking good, so talented. And I really like Jay's take about John Morant being, the next generational player. I could definitely see that. He is making the NBA exciting again. I hear Jay's point, and I 100% agree. I don't think any player has had that amount of swagger in a while in the NBA. Kind of like Iverson, Kobe Bryant swagger, not like a cockiness, just like a confidence, like you got it and you do got it. I don't know. I definitely agree. These guys are all exciting to watch, and I think that the first round of the NBA playoffs has been really, really interesting to see.
Totally agree. I mean, Jay was on point with Ja. Ja is like the next. I mean, like I don't remember the last time we saw a point guard this athletic. I mean, he can shoot when he needs to, but his finishing package is so crazy. His playmaking's amazing. Like he can do so much stuff.
He plays smart too. That's what I like about him. He's athletic, but he also plays really smart. And
he plays intelligent, and he knows when to. The key thing, and an announcer said this when we were playing them, like in game 2 or something. He knows when to slow the game down and knows when to play fast.
He does. He has a good control. Jay, some guy I think that actually related to that has a good control, a good mindset of the game. Your guy, Derek Carr. No, I'm just kidding. But which of these guys do you think, or which of these wide receivers do you think will make out the best with their new QB? Or who do you expect to see flourish?
I think every single wide receiver on this graphic is better off with their new quarterback. I think Tyreek Hill, is a controversial one. I think he's better off with Tua because
Really?
he can force feed this man like crazy, with Waddle being another speedster on the other end. I think Devontae Adams being close with Derek Carr is going to mean a lot. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams is an amazing connection. I expect Devontae Adams, honestly, to have the same, if not a better year with Derek Carr this year. And then, of course, Juju Smith-Schuster, an incredible upgrade with Patrick Mahomes. On the flip side, Derek Carr gets the best receiver he's ever gotten. Tua gets the best receiver he'll probably ever have in his career. And Patrick Mahomes is the only player out of these 6 that downgrades in any way, because he was used to having Tyreek Hill out there for all those years. If you guys watch the tapes, Tyreek Hill adjusts to a lot of crazily thrown balls that are really hard to catch. Juju's not catching any of those. So if anything, Patrick Mahomes is the only one that suffers out of these 6, in my opinion.
Okay. I think that that's a fair point. I don't know if I would agree with Hill, but I'll wait to say that. I'll let Mr. Vib take this next up. Who do you think, Vib?
I think that so necessary. I mean, I think that Devontae Adams will still be Devontae Adams with Derek Carr. I think that Juju is by far better off with Patrick Mahomes than he was with Big Ben. I mean, like heck, they can use this guy in the short game. They can use this guy, and by the way, Patrick Mahomes won't miss short throws, and like Big Ben was doing. They can use him like for intermediate throws. They can use him along the sidelines where they need him to move the chains. They could even use him for yards after catch. Patrick Mahomes will let him do that. So I think Juju's going to flourish. Adams will still be Adams, and Tyreek Hill. I don't think that he'll necessarily downgrade. He won't upgrade. but he won't downgrade just because Miami and Mike McDaniel are going to find a good way to use him in the short passing game, which is Tua's strength. They're going to turn him into that short passing receiver who will get like 10, 20, 30 yards after the catch. That's what I think.
All right. I, for one, so you both think that Tyreek Hill is going to flourish. I will be the devil's advocate. I'm going to say he's not. And I do love Mike McDaniel. We all do. But Tua turned the ball over, as E on the mic called him. I'll never forget that. That was great. Tua turned the ball over. I'm afraid of. I mean, I do hear what you're saying, Vib. Let them do what they're good at. I think Juju Smith-Schuster by far makes the best leap here, though, for me. He goes from Big Ben Roethlisberger. He's washed up. He's shit. He can't even throw the ball. He's back there. They're just hitting the fucking corpse and shit. It's just not good for the Steelers. So overall, Juju Smith-Schuster's like, shit. Holy shit. Look at some of the throws this guy's made in the Super Bowl. Like, this is my QB now? Fuck yeah. Like, I think he's going to love what him and Patrick Mahomes are going to do. And I think people should be on watch for TikTok boy. Don't sleep on him. Devontae Adams, I think, will have similar numbers. I love your point about that, Jay. I definitely could see the same thing happening. Derek Carr is extremely accurate. And when he has a good receiver, the Raiders are good. Look at when Amari Cooper was at their best that year, a couple years ago, where they were like 12 wins, and then Derek Carr broke his leg or something, and they couldn't go to the playoffs. And last but not least, Tyreek Hill's fucked. I don't need to say anything else. I mean, that's all I got. Does anybody want to have a rebuttal or one last thing to say about this?
Yeah. This is actually not going to be a rebuttal, but this is going to be just a pointer for you guys and for everyone watching this. You said that Derek Carr and Amari Cooper were like flourishing. Do you know? Okay, that year that they made the playoffs was 2016. Can you guys believe that it was a whole 6 years ago?
Holy shit! Wow, you're right. I did not.
6 years ago. So I mean, yes, it is from the greater scheme of things. It is recent, but damn.
No, he's aged a lot. I hear your point.
6 years ago.
Holy shit! Now I feel old, Bib.
Yeah, no, me too.
Viv and Doll, you guys we're all young as spring flowers or whatever the saying is. We're all really young.
I'm the young one here. Y'all two can take the old crown.
Yeah, we're like Big Ben.
Are we like the Tony Tucker of this podcast?
Don't let Tony see this. He'll get at you, Jay. He'll get at you real bad.
Oh, no, I'm sending it to him. I'm going to directly send it to him through a text message.
Tell him to come through.
I'll let him know.
Because we're talking about his Chargers, baby. All right, and your Chargers, Jay.
Yeah,
I'll let Vib take this first. We'll get the outside opinion. But, Vib, who is going to run the AFC West this year or pick a favorite to win it right now? A little bit early, but give us your favorite.
Well, you said it just as I'm going to play advocate for Jay for once and say it's the Chargers. The Chargers are winning the AFC West. Okay? You can't find me a team that has had a much better offseason than them. Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson, that's ridiculous. They still have a solid draft pick. They still have their first round pick. And they still have, Rashawn Slater is still going to develop. You know, you got an insane offense. You have Keenan Allen, Mike Dubb, Austin Eckler, Justin Herbert's obviously in the top 3 quarterback contention. To me, he's the 4th best quarterback in football, behind only Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen. 4th best quarterback in football. He's phenomenal. There's not much he can't do, and I just think that next year, and when you had a player of the defensive caliber or of the caliber of Khalil Mack, he just has such a wide-ranging impact. Like, I've done my research on this, and like I just looked at the Bears' defense with and without Khalil Mack. All other things being kept the same or similar, and the difference is like night and day. So I love the Chargers this year. I think they run the West.
All right, fair point. You want me to go, or do you? Actually, you know what? I know already where you're gonna go. I'll let you two get this one out of the way.
Well, I'm rocking the Chargers shirt. But I'm gonna go with the Denver Broncos. No, I'm just playing. I'm going with the Chargers, baby. No, I love Russ out there. What he's doing. Devontae's gonna be a beast. But no, I gotta go with the Chargers. I think the Chargers have the quarterback of the future. They have a solid running game with Eckler. I think is a beast. They have the wide receivers. Mike Williams, I think can be a top 5 wide receiver this year. But of course, I think he has the potential to be. I'm not saying that he is right now, but I think at the end of the season, it's a top 5 wide receiver. We got Keenan Allen, who's a beast. They went over the defense. Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson, Derwin James. The defense is crazy. They're probably going to take a top cornerback in the draft, if not Jordan Davis, if not another wide receiver. So it's like the team is too ridiculous. The team is this is like reaching Golden State Warriors Kevin Durant territory, in my opinion, like for football. It's getting ridiculous for me, and I love it. So, Bolts up. I don't got much to say about it other than I think that they're going to win the West this year. I think I have Denver second. I have the Raiders finishing in a close third, if not tying for second, and then I have the Chiefs at the bottom. I don't think they're going to do much without Tyreek in that offense being what it was.
Are you a time traveler, Jay? Because you became a Chargers fan last season, if I'm not, or you stood with them, but you were fucking right. Holy shit. I mean, I do like both of your points about the Chargers, and if I was a betting man, I would say the Chargers. They are stacked from top to bottom, and I do really think that the Chargers are going to get Jordan Davis, but we'll see who they get in our mock draft coming up. But the point is, if I had to pick a team in here, not the Chargers, because I will go with the Chargers, but we'll just play devil's advocate. Do not sleep on the Kansas City Chiefs. They still have a lot of playmakers on that team. Juju, Edwards-Helaire, Travis Kelce, Mahomes. I think that McCole Hardman is still there, who should emerge. And I, in a couple mock drafts today, have the Chiefs grabbing one of these very decent wide receivers. So don't sleep on the Chiefs to bounce back, because the Chiefs have 2 back-to-back first-round picks. So if they could snag a corner and wide receiver and patch 2 of those holes, or get 2 defensive players, Nick Bolton is looking very good for them, the young linebacker. Don't be shocked to see the Chiefs do what they've been doing the past couple of seasons. Holy shit, it could be crazy for the wild card this season. This could probably be the first division ever where all 4 teams can be in the playoffs.
Hey, I'll say this. Hey, Dalton, tell me about the Chiefs again real quick, about them Chiefs.
What about them Chiefs?
Oh, my bad. I was asleep on them. My fault.
As a Chargers fan, I can't say that I blame you. But, everybody, it is the time you have all been waiting for. It is Up for Debate's Mock Draft 2.0. Here's how we're going to do this, guys. We're going to run through each pick. I'm going to put up the simulator in 1 second. Basically, me, Vib, and Jay will debate for 1 minute and 15 seconds on each pick. If we can get it done before that, that's good. If we have to go a little bit over, we go a little bit over. But we're basically going to talk about it. The 3 of us are going to vote at the end of the minute at 1 minute, or when 15 seconds is left. We all have to vote, and then that's it. We have to move on after that just to get all 30 done in the time limit. But I'm super hyped for this. We got a ton of great NFL experts. And welcome to the Up for Debate podcast, sports podcast, Up for Debate sports podcast, Mock Draft 2.0.
Got my collar on, dog. You know, I'm like a professor out here.
You repping? And if you guys are on TikTok, if you guys are on YouTube, whatever, make sure to subscribe, make sure to follow.
Yes, sir. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify podcast as well. We're on everywhere.
For sure. Thank you, Vib. And I guess without further ado, guys, we can hop into these picks. I'm going to try to figure out what is the best view, so bear with me. But on the clock is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who would we have them probably selecting? I think that the consensus is either Evan Neal or Aiden Hutchinson, right?
I have Kayvon Thibodeau as the overall best prospect in the draft. I think if they want to go overall best, I'm going Kayvon Thibodeau. If they want to protect Trevor Lawrence, I'm going Neal. But that's my 2 cents on it. But I think you guys are going to have a really good input on this, so I'm going to hear y'all out.
Who do you got, Vid?
I was a big Hutchinson guy for the Jacksonville Jaguars initially, but I think that I'm going to go with Evan Neal, protect Trevor, and allow him to develop into that guy that you want in year 2. Sophomore season, boom incoming.
And that sums up our answer for the first overall pick. I had Evan Neal. That makes it real quick. Evan Neal goes first overall to the Jacksonville Jaguars. That was my pick too. I just think that it makes sense to protect Trevor Lawrence. I definitely could see Aiden Hutchinson going overall first. Thibodeau, I think, is falling a lot more than we've seen, and I don't understand why. But yeah, give me Neal first overall. The Detroit Lions are on the clock. Who do we have the Lions taking? There's some debate for Malik Willis here, some debate for Gardner, some debate for Hutchinson. I'll go real quick. I'm going to mix it up, and I'm going to go Malik Willis.
Woo! Hey, you know my best prospects on the board, so I'm going to go Kayvon Thibodeau, but I think they go with the edge rusher. So if not Kayvon, I think they go with Hutchinson, but that's my 2 cents on that as well.
So if you had to pick one, who's your vote?
I'm going with Kayvon Thibodeau if I had to pick one,
All right.
but I could see him going Hutch.
Viv?
All right, so I disagree with both of you. I think that they go Hutchinson. I think that they like Hutchinson a lot better. They like his scouting, and he's a Michigan guy. So
I think that we're all fine with that. That makes sense. I do like that it's from
fine.
the
Yeah, I'm
state.
fine with Hutchinson. He's a Michigan guy. Detroit's in Michigan.
also, I just don't think that I don't think that they need to address Jared Goff immediately. They can address him later.
That's true.
I agree with that.
That's a fair point. All right, moving on next to the Houston Texans. They're on the clock. This is where I have Thibodeau going personally. So Thibodeau's my vote.
Yeah, I'm going Thibodeau for sure here. If he's there at the 4th, to me that's ridiculous. Robson, big Jets fan, said that he has to trade up to the Jags or Texans to get Thibodeau, so I think that's spot on. I think he has to go top 3. I'm going Thibodeau.
Vib?
I mean, we already have Thibodeau. I was gonna go with Thibodeau or Kyle Hamilton. Those were 2 of my choices for the Texans. But yeah, I love Tibbs to the Texans.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for them to replace somebody too like Clowney or like Watt. They haven't had a good edge defender. The New York Jets, though, like we were talking about with Robson, I have Derek Stingley Jr. going here. I think that makes sense for them to snag him right here. What do you think, Jay?
Well, I was hearing that Robert Saleh likes those pass rushers. So I was thinking they trade up for Thibodeau or Hutchinson, but if they're not available, I think they're going with Travon Walker out of Georgia.
Ooh. What do you got, Vin?
Unfortunately for my Minnesota Vikings, I gotta agree with you, Dalt, and they take Derek Stingley at the 4th overall pick.
Woo! Woo!
Unfortunately for my Eagles too. I think a lot of people
We'll
are
do that.
hoping
Hey, Dalt, I had Stingley. It's crazy. Side note on Stingley. I had Stingley in my mock draft dropping to 17 the Chargers. I wanted to take Davis or a wide receiver for the Chargers, but I thought, he's a high prospect. I took him. But if I wouldn't have took Stingley, he might have dropped to like the Patriots at 21 or someone at like maybe in the 2nd round, which is crazy. Stingley could go. He has I think the highest high, the lowest low out of all these prospects from what I've seen in mock draft. Pretty intense.
No, he has a big gap in between where he can go as early or as late. But the New York Giants are on the clock. This is where I personally have Charles Cross going. Viv, what do you think?
Gotta agree with you there. I think that the Giants, if they want to, because they have tried so many times and failed, except for Andrew Thomas, to protect Danny Dimes. And I think that if you're keeping him around, at least for this year, draft an alignment. You can't fuck this up.
Yeah,
facts.
I had Icky going 5th to the Giants, but I mean I could see him going Cross as well because that's just another tackle. It depends on who they like better. So we can go Cross.
Consensus opinion. I love it, guys. I think that's a good pick for the Giants too. Like Viv said, you can't fuck this up. That's one of your quotes, Viv. That and then the classic Stephen A. Smith
off
the Vikings.
Hey, no, you know who can mess up their pick though? Is this next one, the Carolina Panthers? I think they really can mess it up. Who you got?
Oh, all right. I'll go first real quick. I think that they stay one more year with mediocre QBs, and they select a pretty solid tackle, Ekwonu. I think that they take Ikem Ekwonu. I'm probably mispronouncing that, from North Carolina State.
I'm gonna go ahead and say they go ahead and pick up Kenny Pickett. They need a quarterback. I mean, I don't know who they have right now. I mean, Darnold, or is it? They're picking up Cam Newton back. I don't know what they got. So I'm going to say Kenny Pickett because none of those options sound too appealing, in my opinion. So I'm just going to go with Pickett. That's where I have him at 6 going at quarterback.
Okay. I definitely could see that. I like that pick. I think that QB is a huge need for them. What do you think, Viv?
You know what, Dalt? I'm going to agree with you and say they go Akeem.
All right. That solves that. So Kenny Pickett and Malik Willis are still on the board, the top 7 picks. And do the New York Giants make a move and select Malik? No, I'm just kidding. This is actually where I have the Giants probably going with an edge rusher, and I personally have Trayvon Walker going here. I don't think that Trayvon Walker is going to be this amazing player that everybody thinks that he is. Personally, I just have the Giants drafting him.
Giants, I think that one's tough. I have Jermaine Johnson going there, but it's again we have the same idea almost on every pick. It's just positions who we like better. I have Jermaine Johnson going at 7, but Trayvon Walker I think is a better edge rusher. So if he's available at 7, I think they're probably gonna go ahead and take him.
What do you think, Ben?
I agree with Trayvon Walker. Y'all took the words out of my mouth.
All right, solid. So the Giants snag an edge defender with Trayvon Walker. Now the Atlanta Falcons are up and on the clock. Interesting pick here. QB could be a need. Guard, center, defensive line, cornerback, wide receiver. A lot of positional needs. I'm going to go ahead and say that they go ahead and stay put, and they take Drake London. That's what I got. What do you think, Jay?
I mean, again, we're agreeing, just different player. I am taking Garrett Wilson at number 8. But
I like that too.
Yeah, but I think Drake London is probably the better prospect. I just think they'll take Garrett Wilson. I don't know why it feels more like an Atlanta Falcons wide receiver to me than Drake London is. I just don't imagine Drake London in a Falcons uniform. But he's a better prospect, I would say, in this situation. So I'm all for Drake London.
All right, what do you think, Vid?
I gotta disagree with both of y'all. I think Malik Willis goes here.
They got Marcus Mariota. I mean, hold on. I just want to say something real quick because I do get what you're saying though, Viv. Because when it came to the Saints and the Falcons, I wanted to go quarterback, but I think they both want to give Winston and Mariota at least 1 year to prove that they can maybe make something. Because they were 1 and 2 draft picks, right?
Come on, Mariota.
No, I think if Malik is there
after year,
I'll go ahead and be the tiebreaker here, and I like Garrett Wilson. I did have him in a mock draft today, so we'll just go ahead and say that he goes there. This is where I think Malik Willis has got to go, though, personally, for me. What do you guys think?
100% Malik Willis to Seattle, I think, is going to happen.
Agree. If he doesn't go to Atlanta or Carolina, he'll go to Seattle.
Okay. All right.
Seattle's going to jump on that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pete Carroll's going to be taking his shirt off. All right, fellas. The New York Jets are on the clock again, and this is where I personally think that Kyle Hamilton would go. What do you think, Vid?
I disagree. I think they take Sauce here.
Ooh, okay. What do you think?
I think they have bigger needs than safety because they already got Marcus May. So
even picking Derek Stingley though, right here, the corner before they take 2 corners.
I mean, who else do they really have at corner? You can't really go wrong. I mean, I can definitely see Kyle Hamilton as well. Kyle Hamilton is the better prospect. Ahmad Gardner fills a position of need better.
Okay. What do you think, Jay?
I mean, I got them going with Drake London, man. I think Drake London, I think he looks good in green, man. I feel like he's going to the Eagles or the Jets, and I think the Jets have the pick at 10. They have to take him if he's there. Drake London, I think, is going to be the guy. Zach Wilson's a young quarterback. They need to give him some targets. They got Elijah Moore coming back healthy. They got Corey Davis should be back healthy, but they're not that reliable as we've seen last season. So I think Drake London's the pick there. But we'll see. How you feeling, dog?
I mean, it's really a toss-up now between the 3 of us. I guess that we'll just have to kind of figure out. I guess that it's really between, I would say, personally, I think all 3 make sense to me. I hear all 3, everybody's points. I guess that I would personally say Kyle Hamilton. I think that they'll just go best available. I do think Sauce is going to be good. I just think with drafting Derek Stingley before, they'll probably be apt to go with a different position, in my opinion. I do like Viv's point about them having 2 corners. I could see them doing that.
Hey, Viv, I'll say this, though. Your Vikings, I think, are going to end up with Sauce Gardner.
That's what I think is going to happen.
I would love it. I would love it. I would love it.
Well, let's see if it will happen. We'll just say Kyle Hamilton goes to the Jets, and that puts the Commanders on the clock. This is a pick I struggled with personally. I mean, if either of you want to go first and let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think, Viv?
I'm not going to lie. I struggled with this one. I struggle with this one a lot too. Jay, you want to take it away?
Yeah, I mean, this one for me, it's an easy pick. I don't know if they're going to go with. I mean, for me, I know anything can happen in the draft, but I'm saying I think you have to go Jameson Williams with this pick because you have Terry McLaurin, who's a speedster. But when you look at the wide receiver cores outside Terry McLaurin, you have like guys like Sims, DeAndre Carter's on the Chargers now. You have guys that you really can't trust as your next wide receiver. You ease this guy in coming off an injury. He's going to be a star. Him and McLaurin. You get the quarterback situation figured out. You have a nice offense with your running back Antonio Gibson back there. So I think they go wide receiver. Jameson Williams could be a star in this league. I think they take Jameson Williams off the board at 11.
I'm going to personally say in my mock draft, I just thought of it. This is where I had Devin Lloyd going. I think that they need a linebacker, but I think Devin Lloyd is a nice balance between linebacker and edge rusher. They can kind of do what they want with him and mold him in either way. I feel like Devin Lloyd is a more versatile player.
Yeah, no, I was going to say Devin Lloyd as well, but the thing is, the catch here is I think they trade down to get him.
Oh, okay. So you think that they would trade down? Who do you
but
think
regardless, I
hypothetically
think
that they
Devin
would
Lloyd.
trade with? Yeah, I
Devin
think we'll
Lloyd.
go Devin Lloyd, but hypothetically, I just am curious to say, like, what team do you think that they would trade down with? Maybe like
Chargers, probably. Chargers or Ravens.
I was going to say that's a good one. Yeah, I like that.
If they
All
trade
right,
down the
fellas.
Chargers, is that for the Chargers to get Stingley or Gardner at that point?
Yeah, to get
I think
Sauce.
it's
Yeah,
probably
yeah. I think that other than the Vikings, the Chargers and Ravens are the two teams in the big competition for Sauce. Which, speaking of, we're at pick 12. Brings me to my Minnesota Vikings. We take Sauce Gardner.
I'm with Viv.
Yeah.
Not much else
Couldn't
to
be
say.
more.
He's
If
there.
we get Sauce Gardner in the draft, if Stingley somehow falls to us, I will be losing my mind.
Well, that's the thing, Viv. Tell me how you feel about this. I have Stingley and Sauce and McDuffie, all the corners dropping to 12, where I think corners really needed. I think that the Vikings take Sauce over Stingley because of the injury concerns. You think? Well, first of all, what would you do, or how would you think if that actually happened? And do you think that's going to happen?
I would understand it if that happened, but see, the thing is, I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. See, if it was still the Mike Zimmer, Rick Spielman era, I would be able to give you a more definite answer. But we have a new GM, so we have to see, and new coach, so we got to see how they decide to play it with injuries and stuff.
Dude. So I guess Sauce Gardner to the Vikings. I definitely agree with that. I think that replacing Pat Pete too, like Patrick Peterson, I think you guys made the most out of with what you had for him. So getting Sauce Gardner, I think
Pat Pete will still be with us, by the way.
Oh, he is? Oh,
yeah, he's
shit.
still with
I
us.
love the fact that he'll be able to mentor him then. That makes
Oh,
that
yeah,
pick
100%.
even more valuable. But
Yeah.
moving on, the Houston Texans are on the clock. There's still a lot of great players here. I mean, it literally point blank says where the Texans draft that they need every position. Personally, I mean, we had them take Thibodeau first.
Yeah, Thibodeau.
I would say that I would probably say Jameson Williams goes here, in my opinion.
Yeah, I have Kyle Hamilton going there. He's off the board. If he's off the board, Jameson Williams is still there. I'm taking Jameson Williams as well. They need everything and wide receiver. I mean, they had what's his name, Nico Collins there, who's a nice rookie last year. Brandon Cooks is going to be there forever, so I think Jameson Williams would be a smart pick here.
Agree.
All right. Williams is off the board, heading to be a Texan and play with Davis Mills, Jay's guy. The Ravens are on the clock. This is an interesting pick. I think that they need an interior defensive lineman, so this is where I have Devontae Wyatt going.
Yeah, I actually think that's a good pick. It's actually weird. This goes back to the Stingley Gardner thing. I actually had them taking George right here. I'm not going to say his last name because it's crazy, but from Purdue. An edge rusher is what I had them taking here. Yeah. But I think if they don't take Wyatt, he might drop to the second round. So I'm for them taking Wyatt. I think if they don't take him, I don't know who else will at this point.
I think he just fits their scheme better than Jordan Davis, too. I think Jordan Davis is the better player. I just think that Wyatt fits it.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that, though. I think this is a spot for him to go if he's going to go in the first round. So I agree with you with this pick.
What are your thoughts, Viv?
Also got to agree on Devontae Wyatt. I would say that D-line is quite possibly their biggest need. And so nothing fits them more.
All right,
interior D-line especially. They already got
you can take this one away first. But my Philadelphia Eagles are on the clock. Who are we taking here? What's up, Ravens Fantasy? How we doing, brother? Thank you for coming through.
Trent McDuffie. See, the thing is, I would say Trent McDuffie, but the thing is, they already got Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah, facts.
And they're not going to move off. I mean, unless they move off of – if they drafted McDuffie, either he could serve as the nickel or they move off of Marcus Peters. That's the only way I see
McDuffie, though. I have McDuffie going in the second round if it makes you feel any better, Ravens Fantasy. So,
yeah. Who do you got
disagree.
the Eagles taking here, though, Vid?
That's a good question. Who do I have the Eagles taking? I think that the Eagles go with Nakobe Dean.
I love that pick, and I certainly 100% agree. What do you have to say about it, Jay?
I mean, yep. On my mock board, I have Nakobe Dean going 15 to the Eagles. I think that's almost a lock. I don't see no one taking him before then. I think the Eagles should snap him. Perfect fit for them. I think he's going to the Eagles. I think he's going to be Eagle on draft day.
I think that the Eagles' biggest threat is Devin Lloyd, or I'm sorry, the Washington football team, but I think that they'll take Devin Lloyd. I am honestly very much afraid that it seems like a lock to us fans. I am very much afraid that the Eagles will fuck this up. They probably will. They will. I know they will. Anyway, we'll get back to the Eagles in a second. But moving on to our next position or our next team, the New Orleans Saints. This is where I have Kenny Pickett going personally. What do you think, Vid?
Got it. Yeah, I agree. I think that they unplug Jameis Winston and they restart.
What do you think, Jay?
Well, I'm gonna play the advocate here, as you say, Dalt. Just because I know Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston have been given chance after chance since their college days into the NFL, and they've failed miserably every year. I can see both teams picking a quarterback, but I think that both teams give these quarterbacks one last year to really have the offense and not feel under pressure, see what they could do. So I'm actually going to be going. I had Charles Cross here, but since Charles Cross is no longer available. I would go with another tackle. I think, there's not really any. Raymond is the next best one, so I'm gonna go ahead. If you want to go with Kenny Pickett, I'm all for it. But I'm just letting you know. I think they gave Winston and Marcus Mariota both one more shot. But I'm for Pickett. I had him going 6, so why not here at 16?
Yeah, I would have loved to see Pickett go to Pittsburgh, but maybe I bet you Pittsburgh would offer to trade up. I just think that the drop-off for me between the rest of the QBs is too much, me personally. But, Jay, your LA Chargers are on the clock. Who are you guys taking here, Jay?
Let's see. I had Derek Stingley Jr. He was off the board. The other guy I had, I believe that I was gonna have him take, I believe was Drake London, but Drake London's off the board. Oh, he's still up there.
No,
but I think, Drake London makes sense to me. Stingley makes sense to me. And Jordan Davis makes a lot of sense to me. So, if I had to rank them on who they would take, it would be Stingley, Davis, and then Drake London. So since 2 are on the board, I think they're going with Jordan Davis at 17. But that's a toss-up. I think that realistically they're trading back with Green Bay. Green Bay will take a top wide receiver, and they'll still get Jordan Davis at 22. That's what I think is going to happen. But at 17, I'm going Jordan Davis. That's what I'm officially going to say.
Yeah, that's who I got. You took the words right out of my mouth. I'm a lock for Davis too. What do you think, Vid?
I love Jordan Davis. But I do think that the Chargers go with Drake London here. Just add another weapon for Justin Herbert. Guy that he can throw to along with Keenan Allen, Mike Dubb, Austin Eckler out of the backfield. So that'll make that offense so scary. Wide receiver 3 is becoming something that more and more NFL teams, the Bucs have already done it. The Cowboys did it before they traded Amari Cooper like idiots. Tons of teams have done it. I think that if the Chargers adapt to that, their offense will truly be one of the most unstoppable in football. So Drake London for me. You're on mute, Dalt.
Thank you. I like that pick too, is what I was saying, but I guess that Jordan Davis would make more sense to me just with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. But I could see either of those guys going. It's kind of crazy to think that Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are your wide receivers, and you still have wide receiver as a need. Us Eagles fans are jealous over here. That leads me to my next point. I personally would say if Drake London falls for the Eagles, I don't know if he's going to fall. I personally don't think that he will. But if he did fall to the Eagles, I think that they would have to grab him at the second pick. A physical wideout is a huge need. What do you think, Bib? Or I'm sorry, Jay.
Yeah, I think this is honestly what I think is going to end up happening. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong, though, Dal. I think the Packers will try to trade up with the Chargers to get, if Drake London's available, to get Drake London. I think the Eagles are smart. They might want to trade up one spot and maybe give up an additional like third round pick or something that they don't really care about too much, whatever the case is. But I think Drake London has to go at this point. I think he's going to go a lot sooner than this, in my opinion. But if he's there for the Eagles, I think it's a no-brainer. Drake London's that guy, in my opinion, to go at this pick.
All right, what do you think, Viv?
This is difficult. This is a really, really difficult for one. I'm gonna go with George Karlaftis.
Oh, that would be a good pick too. I think he's kind of getting overshadowed, and I think he's going to be a pretty solid edge defender personally.
I think that he's fallen too far to not get picked by Philly. So,
yeah, I think if he's there, he's a solid pick for us too. But I'm going to go with Drake London with my vote. So I guess we'll fill that need. The Saints have another pick. Now, this is interesting. They get their QB. I think personally for me that they would probably go Lindbaum or Raymond personally. I think that they would go on the offensive line. Probably Raymond because tackle's a need for them. What do you guys think? What do you think, Bid?
Agree with Raymond. Tackle's a big need. They don't have Teron Armstead anymore, so need a good tackle to replace him. Teron Armstead's a one-of-a-kind player.
All right. What do you think, Jay?
I haven't taken George Pickens out of Georgia.
Ooh.
That's fine. Yeah, I got him going with some wide receivers this year. I don't know if Michael Thomas is gonna be there long term or even next season. Honestly, I think they look to get rid of him and look to replace him with some young players. That's what I think is gonna happen. But I can definitely see what you guys are saying. It makes a lot of sense. I haven't taken Charles Cross with 16, which is why I have Pickens at 19. But yeah, if there's no, they have to take in my opinion, they have to take a tackle within those two picks in the first round. So 100% agree with you guys. They take an offensive lineman.
All right, so I guess that we'll just say Raymond goes off the board to the Saints. Moving on to our next pick. This is an interesting one. So Pickett's gone. The available QBs are Sam Howell, Desmond Ridder, Matt Corral, Carson Strong, and the rest really aren't worth naming. Sorry, guys, unless one of you ends up to be Tom Brady.
Hey, man, Bailey, whatever his name is, watching right now, dog, he's hurt. He hurt his feelings.
He is hurting. But do you think just with the lack of QBs that the Steelers trade back, I could see that? Or do you think that maybe they go a different route? Personally, I think that they still go QB. I guess for me, I'll cast my vote. I'm going to say that they would probably take Matt Corral here.
100%, dog. Sorry, I just had to. I'm just going to say.
No, you good? What do you think?
Yeah, I had one Mac. Was it Vim? My fault. I didn't even hear you. I'm too excited.
No, I didn't say anything. I just coughed.
Oh, my bad. I had Matt Carroll in my draft. I have him going 20 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think he is the guy I think that's going to end up in Pittsburgh. No matter who falls, I don't care if Malik Willis is there at 20. I think they're taking Matt Corral. I agree 100%, Viv. I think he's going to be a Steeler. I don't know if he's going to start his first year with Mitch. He may or may not, but I think he's going to be the guy that they want to be there long term in Pittsburgh.
Okay. I like that. What do you think, Viv?
100%. I don't think that I don't think that the Steelers want Trubisky as their starting quarterback. literally, man. Mitch Trubisky has the same amount of playoff wins as he does starting jobs that he deserves.
Dang, I'm gonna say 1 or 0. I'm not too sure, but 1 or 2. Okay.
What do you think about this pick, Viv? What do you think that the Patriots try to do here?
The Patriots are in a unique position because honestly, they're gonna we all know that Bill Belichick is gonna get some steal in the 6th round and turn him into a Hall of Famer. But yeah. But I think that the Patriots are gonna go Chris Olave here.
Ooh. What do you think, Jay?
I have him here at 21 with Devin Lloyd, but he's off the board, so I think you got to go with our boy George. Boy George at 21, I think he's the best available player on the board right now. I think the Patriots, would like him. I think I just think it'd be a good fit in New England. That's who I'm going with, George. But I definitely see what you're saying, Viv. I can definitely see that happen. Chris Olave is a beast.
I think Olave
George
would be
Karlaftis as well.
phenomenal too. I just agree with your point 100%, Jay. So that wraps it up for me. But Olave's a good sleeper because even though they signed Devontae Parker, Olave, Bill Belichick, I think, would turn Olave or George into a Hall of Famer. I would probably have to go George there, but I think either of them are a good pick. Viv, what do you think from an outside opinion? I feel like the Packers, or really a divisional opinion, I feel like it's a lock, though, for the Packers here to take a wide receiver. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, and they're going to take Chris Olave and turn him into Alan Lazard.
That's who I had them taken. He took the words out of my mouth. I'm going with Chris Olave here. What do you think, Jay?
I have him here taking Christian Watson out of North Dakota State. George Pickens still on the board, so if he is, I think they'll take George Pickens. Honestly, I have Chris Olave going to the Buffalo Bills at 25. But yeah, I mean, you guys said it. Chris Olave, I think, is a better prospect. Again, it's the same thing with Drake London. I just don't see Chris Olave in a Packers jersey. I think they'd ruin him. I think I don't know why. I think Watson actually, even with Pickens on the board, I think they'd still go Watson, small school. But you guys have Olave, so I think we're gonna have to go with Olave with this one.
Olave, it is. Now the Cardinals are on the clock. Jay, as a somewhat of a Rams fan, I'll let you take this one away. What do you think that the Cardinals are going to do here?
I think the Cardinals, especially with this Kyler Murray controversy going on, they want to protect the quarterback hopefully this season because, he's running for his life. I mean, talking about the Rams in the wild card game, I'm talking about the city. We sacked him in the end zone, and he had to throw the ball for a pick six. He had nowhere else to go. I'm going with Tyler Linderbaum here 100%. I don't think there's another pick that's really going to make any sense for my opinion. But, of course, you guys might say something that makes a lot of sense if it's not. But I got Tyler Linderbaum with this pick.
No, you took the words out of my mouth, brother. I think Linderbaum is there. And all I got to say is, ha-ha, Dallas, suck it. You get another player that you want taken right before you. I hope it hurts. I got Linderbaum going here. What do you think, Bib?
Gotta disagree actually because they still have Rodney Hudson. I say Zion Johnson, but if Linderbaum went there, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, I like that pick a lot. Now, actually, this is where I agree with Vid. I actually would probably have Johnson going here if Linderbaum goes. I think that Dallas has to go offensive lineman, and I think that they go as best available, and that's Zion Johnson.
Hey, Dalt. It's Jerry Jones. It's the Cowboys. I think they go Jahad Dotson with the 24th pick. That's what I think. I know Pickens is still available. I know even Watson's still available. I'm taking Jahad Dotson for the Cowboys. I think he's going to want that guy on the squad. I think it's going to be too good for him to pass up. Jerry Jones is going to make it happen. It's not the right pick, but I think it's what they're going to do. Jahad Dotson to Cowboys at 24th.
All right. I like that.
I still say Zion Johnson. I agree with Dalt.
I respect it.
Zion Johnson, it is going to be a Dallas Cowboy. Get the fuck out of it. No, I'm just kidding. Buffalo Bills are on the clock. This is where I personally think that I would actually hear out Jay's point, and I think that if Pickens is here, Pickens is almost a match made in heaven for the Bills. That's my opinion. What do you think, Jay?
I have to agree. Pickens is still on the board. We're at pick 25. He's on the board. Take him, Buffalo. You have Josh Allen. You have Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. You lost Cole Beasley in the offseason. Take this man. So, yeah, George Pickens, 100% agree with you. If he's at 25, take him.
Fib?
Agree. George Pickens.
Pickens it is going to be a Buffalo Bill. The Tennessee Titans are up next. And this is actually where I'll say I have Jermaine Johnson going here. I think that he would look phenomenal in a Titans uniform, and I think that he makes sense. They go out and get an edge rusher.
Yeah, I like that. I'm inclined to agree with you on that. I haven't taken Sky Moore at this point, but I mean, obviously at this point there's so many other players left, so I don't think they're going to be taking Sky Moore. I think they could take Christian Watson still in the bill. I think they go wide receiver, or they go, like you said, Jermaine Johnson. I have Jermaine Johnson going like at pick 7. So the fact that he's still on the board, someone should take him. So I don't see why they wouldn't, right? So I can 100% agree with Jermaine Johnson going here.
Vib?
I have to say Sky Moore.
Oh, we on the same page, Vib? This is the first time.
Oh,
Sky
okay.
Moore, baby, welcome to Tennessee.
Yeah, I
Sky Moore,
guess
gonna be a
I gotta say
Titan.
Sky Moore. I mean, they want to create another. They want to put another receiver alongside AJ Brown, get him more open, so and give Ryan Tannehill turnovers more weapons to throw to. So that he can get carried harder than he already gets carried by Derrick Henry.
Hey, breaking news. Ryan Tannehill won't be there. 302 Birds broke it out. Jalen Hurts is practicing with their offense. Jalen Hurts to Tennessee. Is it going to happen, dog?
Nah,
Tannehill to Philly?
even better. AJ Brown to Philly is gonna happen.
I
I hope so. I sure should hope so.
knew
But
I
the
knew you were
Tampa
gonna say some
Bay
shit like that.
Buccaneers
He turned the tables
are
on us,
on
man.
the clock. Who should they take?
Whew.
Guard, center, defensive interior is a need. This is a tough one for me. I don't even remember who I had them taking in my draft. I mean, do either of you guys have anything to say on this? Either you want to go first?
I mean, I have him taking Zion Johnson. He's already off the board. So I think at that point, you maybe look at you're looking at Karen Green. I have Green going not that far after at 31 to the Bengals.
Yeah.
I think there was someone up there, dog, that's really good. Jermaine, I mean, I don't know if you want to go defense and go Johnson still. I mean, like, I think the Bucks with Tom Brady, you go after the best player available. I think at this point he's the best player available. So I would have my official pick would probably be Jermaine Johnson just because, I mean, he's still up there and he's nice.
All right, I like that pick. So you got Jermaine Johnson. I'm gonna go with what's his name? I'll go with Kenyon Green. What do you got, Vid?
I gotta agree with Zion Johnson.
Now Zion Johnson, he's off the board, unfortunately. So who would they take in your mind then? Would you have him taking the backup guard then, or the second best guard, Kenyon Green?
I would probably. I did not realize that Zion Johnson was on the board, so my bad. But then in that case, I'm gonna go Travis Jones.
Ooh,
Travis Jones.
Right there.
Oh, I actually could see that. I like that pick, and I think that they could turn him into a pretty good player. What do you think, Jay?
I'm with that pick. Travis Jones was definitely my top three players for that, with Jermaine Johnson and your boy that you said, Green. So it was between those three guys. I'm with Travis Jones. I think I like that.
Now, the Packers are on the clock here. They take a wide receiver earlier with Chris Olave. So we think that they would look at cornerback or they would look at offensive line.
Yep.
I don't know. One of you guys can go first. What do you think, Jay?
I got him taking Taylor Smith out of Tulsa. I mean, I originally have him taking Raymond. Raymond's gone. I think you got to go with the offensive line with Aaron Rodgers and his getting up there in age. Don't want him to get hurt. He was hurt in the playoffs a little bit. Taylor Smith, I think, is a guy to go for there. So my pick is Taylor Smith. I'm going with that 1,000%.
Vid?
Completely agree. And also, if you're the Packers, you're not going to go with a cornerback here just because you already have Jair Alexander, who's young and the second best corner in football, and you have Eric Stokes, who's also phenomenal.
Facts. I 100% agree. Tyler Smith to the Packers. The Chiefs are on the clock now, and I actually think the Chiefs can snag a couple great players where they're at to patch a couple holes to compete. Like I was saying earlier, I'm going to personally say I think that Andrew Booth goes here. I think Booth is a little bit better than McDuffie, in my opinion. That's just me personally. But I think one of these two corners would be one of my picks for the first Chiefs pick. What do you guys got?
Viv.
Jay, you want to go first?
Hey, it don't matter. You got some? If you got some, go ahead. I got some too.
I bet. I think that y'all fucked up by not taking McDuffie earlier, and I think that
All right, so McDuffie, I'm with that pick. What do you think?
Wait,
Jay?
hold on. So hold on. Dahl, my guy Dahl right here. He got Booth. He got McDuffie, and it's crazy because on my draft board, and who I think they're gonna take is Elam out of Florida. I think they're taking Elam. So we got like the three best corners left, and we don't know which one they're gonna take. What do we rock paper scissors? How do we do this?
I got McDuffie. I'll rock out with Viv. I think McDuffie's a good pick here.
All right, I respect it.
The Chiefs then are on the clock again, and this is where I would probably have them look at a wide receiver personally. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I haven't taken Jalen Tolbert, wide receiver. So I the same thing. I got wide receiver, but then again, Treylon Burks is still there. So
I would say Burks personally. What do you think, Vid?
I say defensive linemen, just because they don't want a similar meltdown to how they had in the how they have had in the playoffs. So, I say they just take the best defensive lineman available, and that's Logan Hall.
Logan
So
Hall,
you got
baby.
Logan Hall. I'm going to vote on Traylon Burks. Who are you voting on, Jay? Break the tie.
I'm gonna go with Logan Hall because that makes a lot of sense. And let's not let the Chiefs get a steal at wide receiver. Let's let them go on defense and get Logan Hall. I like it, though. F the Chiefs.
All right.
Just playing
Logan
KC, I love you.
Hall, you are a Chief, and I can't believe what I'm seeing, but I think something might happen very, very good for
Just
the
playing
Lions.
Chiefs. I love you, Pat Mahomes. You're my brother. I love y'all. Just playing.
I would say that they got to go interior offensive line. This is where I have Kenyon Green going. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, Kenyon Green going to the Bengals. That's a pick exactly I have on my mock draft board. I agree 100%.
Viv?
I gotta agree. Gotta agree.
Kenyon Green to the Bengals, and they get Joe Burrow some protection. And the last pick of that up for debate 2022 mock draft, the real draft is on this Thursday. Be sure to tune in to see how many of our picks are right and wrong. I got the Detroit Lions snagging Traylon Burks here. That's my personal opinion.
Well, I'll tell you this, though. On my draft board, I have Andrew Booth Jr. from Clemson going to the Lions, and he's still available. I think that could be who they pick, but Traylon Burks is still on the board at 32. I agree they're taking Traylon Burks if he's there at 32. I agree 100% Traylon Burks to the Lions in our draft. I'm all for it.
Viv, what do you think?
The funny thing is that I am having trouble deciding between Andrew Berth and Traylon Burks. So
It's a tough one.
So, you know what? I'm an Amon-Ra St. Brown guy, so I'm gonna go with Andrew Booth.
All right, so my votes are Burks. His votes are Booth. Jay, break the tie. Who are the Lions going to take here?
Hey, Vib, I love the Booth pick because I have it on my personal mock draft, but this time, I know I gave you Logan Hall last time. I'm going to give Dalt this pick with Traylon Burks only because I think he's the best player, and if he's at 32, I think you have – it's tough. That's the toughest one, but I think you have to grab him, even though I do agree with Booth. I think Booth should go there, but I'm going to go Traylon Burks with our draft because he's still there. That's crazy. He has to get drafted in the first round, right? We can't let him fall the second.
No,
Oh, yeah.
we can't.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's our draft, guys. I'll figure out how to get this. I think I did the 3-round mock draft like an idiot. Yes, I did, but I'll fix it later and get you guys this picture on Instagram. But as always, I do want to thank both of these awesome guys for coming through tonight and helping me out on our mock draft. This was a ton of fun. We got it done in perfect time. And most importantly, I want to thank our fans. We love you guys. We appreciate you. These guys are all repping their colors. I'm a Sixers player tonight.
Hey, no, you are repping you repping the Toronto Raptors jersey. I don't know why you.
I'm humble. I'm trying to be in hopes that maybe we'll get a W out of it. But I mean, that's all I really got for you guys tonight. Viv's rooting against me. Jay's rooting against me. I can't win.
I gotta show love to the team that Kawhi went 1 year, 1 chip on. You know.
Hey, I just like to clap. That's all. I like rhythm.
Well, I appreciate both y'all for coming through tonight. As always, guys, hit that plus button. Don't forget to subscribe. Everybody, have a great night. And without further ado, let's hit it.